Hello, eco-enthusiasts. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're embarking on a virtual tour of the top 10 greenest countries in the world. These nations have made incredible strides in preserving our planet while embracing a sustainable way of life. So, let's dive in and explore the lush landscapes, innovative practices, and inspiring stories that make these countries true environmental champions. 10. Ireland. Ireland comes in 24th place on the EPI and 12th on the GFI. A highlight being that it ranks 3rd on the GFI's Green Society pillar. Furthermore, Ireland ranks 9th for the lowest annual average PM 2.5 concentrations with 8 micrograms per cubic meter. However, Ireland only ranks 41st place for its CO2 emissions per capita with 6.68 tons. To address this, the government has created a climate action plan which commits Ireland to reach net zero no later than 2050. 9. Norway. Norway ranks 20th on the EPI and 5th on the GFI. According to the GFI, it is leading in the area of green transport. Norway has an annual average PM 2.5 concentration of 7.5 microgram per cubic meter and 7.74 tons of CO2 emissions per capita, making it rank in 7th and 49th place respectively. In order to become even greener, Norway plans to reduce 90–95% of its greenhouse gas emissions, excluding sinks, from 1990 levels by 2050. 8. Iceland. Iceland is considered to be the top nation by the GFI and ranks in 10th place in the EPI. It also has a low annual average PM 2.5 concentration of 6.1 micrograms per cubic meter, ranking 3rd place. However, Iceland's CO2 emissions per capita have room for improvement as it ranks 56th with 9.23 tons. The government plans to achieve carbon neutrality by 2040 and be fossil fuel-free by 2050. So we should see Iceland moving up the rankings in the coming years. 7. Costa Rica. Costa Rica, the first non-European country on the list, is a true front-runner when it comes to creating a more sustainable future. It comes in 8th place for the lowest annual average PM 2.5 concentrations with 7.8 micrograms per cubic meter. Furthermore, it ranks 12th with 1.55 tons in regards to CO2 emissions per capita and 20th in the GFI. However, out of the 180 nations assessed in the EPI, Costa Rica only places 68th. Despite this, the EPI still gave Costa Rica a perfect score for SO2 growth rate, meaning its cutting emissions by is greater than or equal to 3.94% per year. 6. France. Next on the list is France, which ranks 12th on the EPI and 7th on the GFI. This nation produces 4.26 tons of CO2 emissions per capita, meaning it comes in at 29th. Furthermore, France has an annual average PM 2.5 concentration of 11.4 micrograms per cubic meter, making it 23rd on the list. In 2015, France became an early adopter of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Therefore, it's understandable why it ranks 4th place for the GFI's climate policy pillar. 5. Switzerland. Switzerland placed 9th on the EPI and 14th on the GFI. It scores relatively lower for its CO2 emissions per capita and annual average PM 2.5 concentration. Ranking 27th with 4.07 tons and 20th with 10.8 micrograms per cubic meter, respectively. Switzerland has a perfect score for both the EPI's sanitation and drinking water indicators, meaning it has among the lowest daily rates. Age standardized disability adjusted life years lost per 100,000 persons in the world. 4. Finland. Finland ranks 3rd on the EPI and 6th on the GFI. In particular, Finland excels in the GFI's clean innovation pillar, ranking 1st. Furthermore, it achieves 1st place for the lowest annual average PM 2.5 concentration with 5.5 micrograms per cubic meter. Out of the 4 studies, Finland mainly needs to focus on reducing its CO2 emissions, as it ranks 45th place with 7.29 tons per capita. The nation is already implementing change and plans to reduce its dependence on fossil fuels by 50% by 2030. 3. United Kingdom. Despite its history, the UK has been making headway in recent years as it aims to meet its net zero target by 2050. Ranking second for the EPI and fourth for the GFI, it is clear that the UK is determined to make a greener future a reality. However, it still has some work to do in regards to its CO2 emissions and annual average PM2.5 concentration. It ranks in 34th place with 4.66 tons for the former and in 13th place with 8.8 microgram per cubic meter for the latter. The UK performs particularly well for climate policy, ranking third in the GFI and second in the EPI for this category. 2. Denmark. Denmark is considered to be a pioneer in promoting sustainability, so it is no surprise that it ranks so highly. It has an impressive ranking on both the EPI and the GFI, first and second place respectively. However, it does rank relatively lower in terms of its CO2 emissions per capita and annual average PM2.5 concentration. At 31st place with 4.43 tons for the former and at 16th place with 9.6 microgram per cubic meter for the latter. One of Denmark's highlights is that it comes out on top for the EPI's wastewater treatment indicator, which means 100% of its population is connected to a sewer system and 100% of its household wastewater is treated. 1. Sweden. Coming in at first place is Sweden. Sweden ranks highly across the studies, coming in 5th place on the EPI, 9th for the GFI, and 4th for the lowest annual average PM2.5 concentration at 6.6 micrograms per cubic meter. However, like most European countries, Sweden's main downfall is its CO2 emissions per capita, ranking only 28th place with 4.18 tons, 4th in Europe. Some of Sweden's highlights are that it has a perfect score in the EPI for protecting marine ecosystems and it ranks second in the GFI's CO2 emissions growth in transport sector indicator. And there you have it, our journey through the top 10 greenest countries in the world. From Denmark to New Zealand, these nations have proven that sustainable living is not just a dream but a tangible reality. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate their efforts and draw inspiration from their achievements. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on environmental awareness and global sustainability. Thank you for joining us.